What's good, YouTube? Hitman X. Make sure I hit that like, hit that sub. Show your boys some love. Real quick video. Seeing how I missed the post game 4. Really, it wasn't nothing to talk about, y'all. We all expected the Phoenix Suns to close the deal, and I'm thoroughly impressed with the Phoenix Suns, specifically Chris Paul, for going out there and doing what they're supposed to do, man. Just that stretch he went on. In the third to fourth quarter, man, was legendary, man. It was almost as good as Kevin Durant game last night with that he almost had a 50-point triple-double. Guys like that, like CP3, Kevin Durant, in games where they need to step up, you expect them to step up. And that's exactly what Hall of Fame, legendary, all-time great players do. So shout out to not only Chris Paul, Kevin Durant, for just going out there and proving why they're all-time greats. But staying on the Phoenix Suns, we get past the conference semifinals rather easily. I thought it was going to be a 5 to 6 game series. I had it possibly going 4 if we got them down 3-0, which we did, so it did go 4. But I thought it would go, at the very least 5. But shout out to the Phoenix Suns for coming out here and exceeding my expectations. Like I said, man, it's been a great season for us. I've been saying from the beginning, this is a championship or bust season. That's just me personally, right? Because I understand that Chris Paul, being at the age that he is, we only have a few amount of championship years coming out of him, right? We have probably 2 or 3 years of competitive basketball with Chris Paul. So we got to make sure we maximize that time. That's why I wanted to see us, be more aggressive in the offseason. I mean, not in the offseason, but the trade deadline without altering our roster, which is nearly impossible, right? Like, the only trade bait that we really had on our team, which isn't really much, is probably Dario Saric. That's the only player we could say, okay, we could find something we could get for him. But it's not too much to get from him. Everybody else is vital and important for our team, so we can't give them up. And I'm glad they didn't do that. In hindsight, that was a genius move by James Jones. And it got us to the Western Conference Finals. I mean, we got to take our hat off, first of all, to James Jones for constructing this team, bringing in Monty Williams, then turning around, getting Ricky Rubio. A lot of people said that move was, they questioned that move. They questioned T.J. Warren for cash. Cam Johnson, they said we drafted him too high. All these moves we made, man, under James Jones, made us where we are now. Now, I will give Ryan McDonough this credit. He did draft DeAndre Ayton and trade for Mikal Bridges. That was Ryan McDonough. That was his last hurrah. But then he turned around and signed Trevor Ariza and Ryan Anderson. Like, come on, man. Like, you look, I already did a video on that. I ain't gonna go over that again, right? All in all, if you remember the dark days, if you know, right? All that process, that process that we trusted, boy, I tell you, man, these trucks. But yeah, that process that we went through, all those dark days that we went through, it got us to where we are now. And like I said before, man, it's been a great ride, and hopefully we can end this with a championship. Now, a lot of people are questioning who's the better matchup for the Phoenix Suns. The Utah Jazz or the Clippers. I'm not sure what the reasoning is for fishing for that. I'm not sure if you want to see us lose, see us get knocked off. But me personally, as a Suns fan, I want the easier matchup. And I feel like the easier matchup is the Utah Jazz, man. Let's call a spade a spade. We want to talk about star power versus star power. I feel like we have them beat in that category. The Los Angeles Clippers, I feel like we'll beat them just off of home court advantage, and we execute better than they do. Defensively, I will give them their credit. They have stepped up in the playoffs, but they still have problems executing, in my opinion. The Jazz, they execute well. They just lack star power, right? So when one guy's off, they have only Donovan Mitchell to fall back on. Let's say if the team's off, they have only Donovan Mitchell to bail them out of possessions, right? We got guys like Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Chris Paul. We outnumber them. So, in my opinion, I feel like the Utah Jazz would be the better matchup. No team in the East really bothers me at this point. The Brooklyn Nets are hobbled, so I'm not too focused on them. I know they'll probably get past the Milwaukee Bucks. I was a bit concerned about them, but now that I look back on it and I reflect on the way they playing, man, and just defensively, how Blake Griffin is a liability, I feel like we're gonna pick on him in the pick and roll. So guys like him don't really bother me. The Milwaukee Bucks, I'm not fazed by them. The Philadelphia 76ers also compromised, and I don't trust them down the stretch. I don't trust a guy like Ben Simmons who can't shoot down the stretch. Especially when you can't play him in the last possession, right? You're down 3 points. You can't play Ben Simmons down the last possession because he can't shoot a three. Like, come on now, nah. Trae Young and the Hawks, I'm not sure if they'll even get there, so that's not a team I'm worried about either. So like I said, we got to take it one step at a time, but we've gotten to the conference finals. If you look at the conference finals, it's lonely at the top, y'all. It's lonely at the top. You did? And I apologize for all that background noise, but everybody want to drive around when I'm doing my videos. But like I said, we're lonely at the top. You know, you don't see anybody else here, right? Like I said before, man, Suns Nation, we a movement you want to move with, man. And I know y'all seen that fan, that Suns fan, that beat up that Denver Nuggets fan, man, right? Shout out to that man. I didn't do a video on it because I didn't want to endorse or get behind that type of behavior. But like I said, shout out to that man, you know? It is what it is. But Hitman next, that's all I got. Hit that comment section. Let me know how you feel about this one. I'm out of here.